Good morning, good evening, and good night, my fellow TC2 players. Today I want to talk about a few niche weapons that aren't really used as much, but that I just enjoy and really love using. Now, remember, these are my opinions, and you are entitled to your own, and if you have your own, feel free to talk about it in the comments. But without further ado, let's get into number 1. The Babyface's Blaster, or Babyface for short, is a flanker primary that's very simple. You shoot people to gain speed and lose it when you get shot. But it's a little more than that, so let's take a quick look at the stats. Immediately you can notice that there's a 40% accuracy buff, which basically means that you have a tighter spread on your shotgun. And also, there's the speed boost on hit, like I previously mentioned. This boost, once full after dealing 100 damage with any weapon in your kit, lets you run 30% faster than you normally would with stock. But you can also immediately notice that there are some downsides. Without any boost, you're as fast as a mechanic using the heavy metal or the gunslinger. And on top of that, you also lose 30% damage, which means instead of doing around 105 damage point blank, you're doing around 73 instead. Now, the damage penalty may put you off, but just stick with me here and look at this singular stat that saves the babyface. The way this stat saves the babyface is due to the mobility it provides, and if you know me, I love mobility. So the best way to use this weapon is to either go in guns blazing, using your extra mobility to dodge your enemy shots, or you use your extra speed to flank behind enemies and, well, flank them from behind. It's sad to see that this weapon isn't used as much due to the almighty flanker tryhards using the Mule Mauler 24/7 and glazing the stock weapon. I wish people could enjoy this primary as much as I do. The Wrecker's Yard is great, primarily for a few reasons, but before we go jumping into a pit of glaze, let's talk about the stats. The Wrecker's Yard, unlike a regular launcher, requires you to hold mouse 1 to load it, like how the classic on Marksman requires you to hold mouse 1 to charge it up. The launcher also fires its entire clip at once you release mouse 1, so this does come at a few downsides. First off, you lose splash damage. Well, not splash damage, but you use blast radius, which basically means you're losing out on more opportunities to deal splash damage. Also, if you hold mouse 1 for too long, you kinda die? Don't worry about that right now though. What you need to worry about right now is the slight deviation that rockets have depending on how many rockets are in your clip. I know those were just words, so let me try to dumb it down visually. Every rocket loaded increases a cone in front of the rocket launcher by 1 degree. 1 rocket means it's firing like stock. 2 rockets mean both rockets have a chance going in anywhere in this cone. And same with 3 rockets, but instead of 2 degrees, it's 3 degrees. Does that make sense? Awesome. You know how I just said that you can blow yourself up with your launcher? Yeah, that's supposed to be a downside, but you can actually use it to your advantage. Don't believe me? I can literally show you. You can mid-air jump, just like TF2, but unlike TF2, you keep all 3 rockets, which means you can barrage people with all 3 rockets from your clip from the sky. When I see people using this weapon, it's typically used horribly or they just blow themselves up. It's honestly kind of sad, and I wish people would learn how to use this weapon better because it's actually pretty viable. Anyway, moving on. Now, I know, this isn't a weapon, but it's my video, so my rules. Shut up. The heavy metal is probably the simplest weapon, utilities in the game. By simply trading out your secondary, you get 100 extra metal, and surprisingly, you get a 7% speed boost instead of slowing you down, making you as fast as a flanker with no boost on the babyface. Now, you could be asking yourself, why is this niche? I see new players using this all the time. And to that I say, please, shut up and let me finish. This item is niche in the way a battle mechanic would use it, as in the Widowmaker heavy metal combo. Many people use the Widowmaker, but rarely with the heavy metal, which effectively gives you 10 shots, 4 more than if you didn't have it. This item is also best used with not only the Widowmaker, but also the Gunslinger, bringing your speed up 14% with Gunslinger and heavy metal combined, letting you save on metal and letting you prioritize fighting people rather than letting your own sentry do it for you. Now, yes, you do have to get rid of your secondary, which could be used to fight people medium to long range, destroy projectiles, or be useless. But you have to think about it more deeply. It's every fit and co merc for themselves. It's about your survival. More metal means more shots in your Widowmaker, and more distraction sentries for flankers. Play smart enough, and you'll have higher drop rates than a level 27. Thanks for watching this little video on a few niche items in TC2 that I like using, and if you want to see me talk about a few more niche weapons, or just any weapons in general, let me know in the comments, and if this changed your opinion about these weapons, or stuck to your own, feel free to share in the comments as well. As always, I love y'all, and I'll see you in the next one.